3 nights, 300 targets. US strikes on Iran, the largest wave yet. Iran's answer: Qatar's airbase, Jordan's Prince Hassan, Duqm Port in Oman, Kuwait, Bahrain, the UAE. The Strait of Hormuz is closed again. Both sides are now hitting targets that were never hit before. This stopped being a ceasefire weeks ago. The military confrontation between the United States and Iran has escalated dramatically, with Washington launching its largest wave of strikes this week, while Tehran claims to have expanded retaliatory attacks across the Gulf, pushing the region closer to a broader conflict centered on the Strait of Hormuz. According to US Central Command, US forces completed a third round of strikes against Iran on July 11th, in response to Tehran's latest attack on a Cyprus-flagged commercial vessel transiting the Strait of Hormuz.
U.S. Central Command completed a third round of strikes this week against Iran, July 11th, holding Iranian forces accountable for attacking another commercial ship in the Strait of Hormuz. U.S. forces hit approximately 140 Iranian military targets with precision munitions launched by land and sea-based fighter aircraft, drones, and naval vessels. Targets included Iranian missile and drone sites, naval capabilities, ammunition storage facilities, communication networks, and coastal surveillance locations.
CENTCOM said the latest strikes targeted Iranian military infrastructure around Bandar Abbas, Sirik, and Chabahar, while revealing that more than 300 targets have now been struck during 3 nights of operations.
During 3 nights of strikes this week, CENTCOM has struck more than 300 targets at the direction of the Commander-in-Chief to degrade Iran's ability to attack civilian mariners and commercial vessels freely transiting the strait. Commercial vessel transits through the vital international maritime corridor continued.
The US military added that since early May, it has helped more than 800 commercial vessels, carrying nearly 400 million barrels of oil, safely transit the strategic waterway. Iran responded by claiming it had intercepted and stopped a second offending vessel in the Strait of Hormuz. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps warned that continued US-Israeli aggressions would trigger even more devastating retaliation. The confrontation quickly spread across the Gulf. The IRGC claimed to have carried out a heavy and surprise strike on logistics and refueling facilities supporting US aircraft carriers at Oman's Duqm Port, describing it as the third phase of its response to US attacks. The IRGC also claimed ballistic missile strikes on Qatar's Al Udeid airbase, alleging it destroyed a fighter aircraft maintenance center and a command and control facility. However, Qatar's Ministry of Defense said its air defense systems intercepted the incoming missiles. Iran's army further claimed it launched waves of explosive drones targeting US military sites in Kuwait and Bahrain, including Patriot air defense systems, radar installations, ammunition depots, and communications facilities. Separately, the IRGC said it fired ballistic missiles at Jordan's Prince Hassan airbase, claiming to have destroyed a command and control center and hangars housing MQ-9 drones. Meanwhile, the United Arab Emirates confirmed its air defenses were actively engaging incoming Iranian missiles and drones, while Bahrain activated emergency sirens for the second time in a single morning. Amid the military escalation, Brigadier General Mohammad Akraminia told Udeid that Washington must comply with the June 16th Memorandum of Understanding, accusing the US of creating an illegal route through the Strait of Hormuz.
The U.S.'s intervention to create an illegal route through the Strait of Hormuz has caused insecurity in the area. Iran's armed forces would firmly defend the rights of the Iranian people in the strait. Our army is constantly updating its bank of targets.
Iran's chief negotiator and parliament speaker Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf also issued a warning on X.
The era of one-sided deals is over. We told you, keep your word or pay the price. Reality is knocking.
Ghalibaf's post highlighted Article 5 of the US-Iran Memorandum of Understanding governing the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz, underscoring that control of the strategic shipping lane has now become the central flashpoint in the rapidly escalating confrontation. Fresh satellite imagery has raised new questions over whether Iran began restoring parts of its nuclear infrastructure, while a US-Iran Memorandum of Understanding was still in effect, further deepening tensions after the collapse of the ceasefire. According to an exclusive CNN investigation conducted with the Institute for Science and International Security, satellite images indicate that Iran has moved beyond debris clearance and has begun permanent reconstruction work at the Talagan 2 underground facility inside the Parchin military complex, a site experts believe is linked to nuclear weapons research.
Satellite imagery suggests Iran has transitioned from damage assessment and debris removal to permanent repair and reconstruction work at the Talagan 2 facility.
The report says images captured between June 22nd and July 7th show excavated bomb impact sites, cranes operating above the damaged roof, fresh concrete being poured and reinforced steel mesh being installed before the structure is resealed. Analysts say the work appears aimed at restoring the hardened underground complex that was heavily damaged during US-Israeli strikes earlier this year. CNN also reported activity at Pickaxe Mountain, a suspected underground nuclear facility near Isfahan. Satellite images from June 21st, while the US-Iran memorandum remained in force, showed vehicles entering and leaving tunnel entrances, raising fresh questions over Tehran's compliance with the agreement. The developments come as Washington increases pressure on Tehran through both diplomacy and sanctions. On July 11th, the US Treasury's Office of Foreign Assets Control sanctioned Iranian businessman Ali Ansari, accusing him of maintaining financial networks linked to Supreme Leader Mojtaba Khamenei and the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. 7 other individuals and several companies based in Iran, Dubai, Hong Kong, and St. Kitts and Nevis were also sanctioned as part of the move. Meanwhile, at an emergency meeting of the United Nations Security Council, US Deputy Ambassador Tammy Bruce said Washington remained open to diplomacy, but warned that negotiations could not continue while Iran continued attacking civilian shipping.
For the last week, Iran has taken actions that defy the substance and the spirit of the understanding established between our two countries. We have witnessed Iran deploy cruise missiles and UAVs, weapons that are restricted under these Security Council resolutions, against commercial vessels lawfully transiting Omani waters and infrastructure in Bahrain, Jordan, Kuwait, and Qatar. Iran's leaders have a historic opportunity to transform their country for their people. The decision is theirs. We cannot negotiate while Iran reneges on the basic obligations, simple obligations, such as don't shoot at civilian objects. But to be clear, the United States stands ready to hold Iran to account for its acts that defy international peace and security. If you shoot at civilian objects or ships, we will respond.
The new satellite findings, combined with fresh sanctions and increasingly sharp rhetoric at the United Nations, underscore the growing strain on US-Iran relations, with questions mounting over the future of diplomacy, nuclear compliance, and regional security.